Good evening, operatives. I'm 007 Dork, and tonight's mission, extracting intelligence from data that's been classified as too complicated. It seems the original program for our Q division is no longer with the company. A new designer has built a wonderful looking dashboard, but the number of active plus closed cases doesn't equal the total number of cases. This use case is a constant struggle for organizations. But as you can imagine, the issue is magnified even more by the fact that we're an intelligence agency and we have to ensure that no mission gets left behind. Grab your go bags, operatives. It's time to head into Q Division headquarters and get to the bottom of this issue. When we first opened this Q Division application, this dashboard was there. Closed cases 15, active cases equals 16, but the total was 50. It was not 31. We knew that didn't add up, and we told you even right on the screen, just wait for mission 200. Well, this is training field mission 200, so we need to take a look at this. Now I've returned to our Q Division Field Academy catalog, and you'll notice that I've got this pared down to just applications, assistance, and knowledge bases. You'll see our field training assistant that we've built in the past in our first three missions. And you'll see that we've got our agent expense statements knowledge base and our application design knowledge base and our agents information dossiers knowledge base, as well as our Q Division applications. Well, what we're going to do today is go into our field training assistant and we're going to open that up and we're going to add content. This time we're not adding another knowledge base. We're going to add our application itself. And of course, we're going to pare this down and make sure that we're in our Q Division Field Academy space. We're going to choose this Q Division application that you uploaded in Mission 100. And now we're ready to go. We are able to ask questions that contain information from both our structured information from that application as well as our unstructured knowledge bases. So the question I'm asking here is, please tell me the total number of cases we have, the total closed cases we have, and the total open cases we have. Can you help me understand why there seems to be an inconsistency with the totals? Because what I see in my application seems wrong, and the programmer is no longer with our company. Well, as you would imagine, the answers agent gets on the case first. It is looking through the knowledge bases first, and it's trying to find information if there's any programmer's notes out there in that knowledge base. Of course, it doesn't think of it in terms of programmer's notes, but we're secret agents, we know. Now it's calling the semantic agent. The semantic agent is trying to help us find the fields that would make the most sense. And it's trying to look through our application, and it now finds, oh, look, I've got perfect matches for total cases, closed cases, open cases, looking at the status. It's making recommendations on what the fields would be, that it should be used. Now it's turning information over to the data analyst agent, and the data analyst agent is trying to set up a step-by-step analysis plan for us of what it wants to do to try to help us figure this information out. It takes that information, it's trying to build an analysis package here from that information. We're going to hide that. It's turning that over to a chart agent. The chart agent is building a chart building plan, trying to help us understand what this information is that we're going to be looking for. It ends up preparing a case status analysis summary. And you'll notice the things that it's doing there. It's still working on that. Now it's turning this information back over to the answer agent, who's going to combine all of that information and try to give us a summary of that then. And you'll see what the answer agent does is it's now given us the summary. It's showing us these cases, and you'll notice it built a chart that gives us a breakdown of the resolved cases, the closed cases, the escalated cases, the in-progress cases, and the open cases. And then it gives us this summary here. The complete breakdown shows resolved. It gives us these numbers. Regarding the inconsistency, the apparent inconsistency is because resolved status is in our application's calculations. And according to the measure, it's explaining that the resolved cases are those where the agents were done working, but we haven't had confirmation from the client to close those cases. And when case counts don't reconcile, that obviously is a problem. And now it ends up showing us what the breakdown would actually be, and it shows us the total number. Now, it also, as you'll see here, gives us recommendations. We could ask follow-up questions like, what is the breakdown of our 19 resolved cases by priority level? How many days on average cases spent in the resolved status before closing? The things that, oh my goodness, we didn't even think about that fact that there was kind of this holding tank for these cases. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my next step. I'm going to ask it if it can add a KPI to my dashboard to show me the number of resolved cases so that our totals will look correct. As expected, it's talking to the answers agent, so we can figure out what it is we want to do. It has recognized from our natural language that we want to add a KPI. It's going to contact that semantic agent to try to find the appropriate fields that would make that up. So it wants to find the closest match for us. It makes the recommendations of fields that the dashboard would use, and it found a match that it believes is accurate, which is number of resolved cases. It then contacts the dashboarding author agent, and it's trying to find out, do we already have any charts that are out there that would be able to be useful? Otherwise, it's going to reach out to the chart agent to create a KPI visualization. That chart agent says, hey, I need to create a KPI for that number of resolved cases. It reaches to the data analysis agent to try to give a step-by-step analysis plan of what needs to be done here. And the package that it designs for analysis says, hey, you need to create a KPI, no dimensions. There should be one measure, which is the number of resolved cases. That's just a single metric. It returns that back to the chart agent, who then says, oh, look, I need to build a KPI to do this. Reaches out then again to the dashboarding agent, who said, I've added a KPI, 19 resolved cases, to your case status dashboard. Returns that information to our answer agent, who says, hey, this is what I know you wanted to do. Here's what we did. Hey, by the way, we've now added that to your screen, and now your total cases will show 50. Your number of resolved cases, closed cases is 15. The resolved is 19, which was newly added. Your number of active cases is 16. And again, it comes back with even more information about what we could do as our next steps. Now let's go ahead and return to our application and see if we can actually see this 19. Well, if I look at my dashboard screen, you'll see I cannot see that 19 here. It's still what I had because that is a public sheet, which means you're not editing sheets that are public. But what it has done is built us a case status dashboard sheet that shows us the number of resolved cases. What we would want to do, obviously, is by hand go make that public dashboard private, add this KPI to it, copy the style, update our dashboard, and now we've gotten to the bottom of that case. As a young operative in training, I never suspected a day like this where the knowledge from programmers' notes could be inspected so easily for nuggets of wisdom after their departure. Of course, I also never suspected a day where programmers' meeting notes could be auto-transcribed with artificial intelligence either, let alone the fact that Qlik Answers would be able to combine both those notes and the application itself. Have a great evening, operatives. From QD Vision with love. Dork, 007 Dork, saying until next time, keep your query sharp and your curiosity even sharper.